Okay, the big question everybody asks is how long do you cook it and what do you look for? Let me try to show you. There's still some moisture in that. One side's a little bit drier out. You're not making a pancake. You don't have to flip it exactly. So I would encourage you to cut it into quarters, and I'm going to show you how in just a second, and flip it 1 quarter at a time. If you can't do the whole thing, it's okay. A little bit bigger pan, you might be able to flip the whole thing. What I'm going to do is just cut it in half. Kind of. And cut it in a quarter. Okay. And by doing that, that also tells you it needs to cook just a little bit longer. You apparently have a hot spot on the stove because one side's cooking a little bit. So let me try to adjust that. Now, I'll show you a little trick that I use. Give me just a second. To make life easy, I use a paper plate, and I'll take one of these, probably the most cooked one, this one, maybe, get the right instrument, tools, give me the tools, give me the right tools, okay, there's what I'm looking for, give me the tool. Yeah, Gordon, that's easy for you, isn't it? You're the highly skilled professional cook. You just put it on there. Okay, it didn't come out. What that tells me is this: I need just a touch more. See, that gives you a little bit of room to work with there. So when you're ready to flip them over, you want most of the moisture on top to be gone, and you want the blueberries to start to actually drain a little bit. You'll see it. I know that's what I'm talking about. When it gets to that point, then you can flip it over. You can see it's a nice, hopefully you can see that. And this one is just about ready. Maybe. Well, if I wasn't showing you how to do that, I might be able to do this. This one flipped. Maybe I'll get one right yet. No, that's okay. Don't worry about it because you kind of want it like that. Take this one, flip it over. Yeah, nice and easy. Okay, and that's kind of what it looks like after you flip them over. Those are nice and brown. And you're going to cook them. And what you're going to cook them until you start to see the blueberries bubble out this side. At that point in time, you'll take them off the stove and just let them sit. The longer they sit, the harder they'll get. And within a couple hours, they'll be just like a cookie, and you'll be able to eat them. Or like a granola. In this case, I kind of messed it up a little bit, but don't worry about it because, they're still yummy and they taste good. So that's the pan-fried cookie. And follow the recipe, make your own, vary it a little bit. If you don't like the beans in it, now here you see that the beans are showing through, mash them down. If you don't like the blueberries or anything, you can add nuts, walnuts, pecans. Vary the recipe. Try it. If you don't want to use oatmeal, you can use regular flour. I don't use anything like self-rising flour or any leavening of any kind. I didn't put baking soda or baking powder. The egg will bring it up enough, but you basically want it to be relatively flat because that's what a cookie is. Otherwise, you'd be eating a pancake. So that's the cookie recipe with the chocolate chips, the beans, and those are going to be yummy. I mean, I got enough heat on them. What I'm going to do is turn the stove off, just so I'm sitting in that pan for a few minutes, and sit them over on another burner and let them cool down. And like I say, the longer they sit in the air, take the moisture out of them, and you've got a real tasty, yummy, healthy cookie.